Do you want to know how to get your show to look like this for your countdown timer? If so, check out the rest of the video and I'll show you exactly what we did to get here. Let's get started. The first thing we have to do is we have to get a countdown timer as a show. So I've got a countdown timer show here, and it's actually just called countdown timer, 10 minute countdown. And that's what's active that you see here. It's just a show with one slide on it, which is more than enough. Some of you all may have countdown timers that have other slides in between. I would recommend just putting your visualizer on the slide that has your countdown timer. That way your words, your text won't get overlapped or get hard to read. So whenever you're showing your timer itself, if you got it big and bold, then I would make this be the format that you use. All right. And so let's edit this to get it to where you guys just saw. So the first thing you need to do is go to the edit page, and then we're going to go to items on the far right. And when we get to items, we're going to see an option called visualizer. Now, the crazy thing about this effect only works on slides. It doesn't work on overlays, which would be my preference. But right now it works on slides. Today is June 10. So as of today, it only works on slides. And so if I select this here, this is the visualizer box because I selected it. And I'm going to go ahead and drag it down to the bottom. And I want to make it be all the way to fill this up. And I'm going to make it even taller. And I'm going to show you how we do that. So I'm going to make it fill up first. Then I'm going to select this little zoom in icon. And I'm going to minimize my, my zoom to be smaller and smaller. And now I can see quite a bit more on the outside of my, my slide. So I'm going to drag this up to be even taller. Something like that, because we want this, visualizer to be exaggerated. I want it to be super tall. Okay. So now we've got that there. It doesn't look like much right now, but the next step we have to do is we need to adjust the coloring of this. So I'm in the visualizer here, the color of it, I'm going to make it be gold. And we're going to change the padding. We'll make it be like a 10 for now. And we'll play with that and let you see what it looks like. And then I'm going to select the item. The background color right now, we'll keep it at nothing. And then I'm going to turn this to be opacity at 5. So we'll make it be halfway opaque. And then we need to send this visualizer to the back so the timer is not covered up. Well, you know what? Let's see what it looks like with the timer, with it on top of the timer. It might look pretty cool. So let's see. So we'll go back to our show. Well, actually, we just hit refresh here. And then I'm going to play some music. So the next step is you got to have music playing in FreeShow for it to pick up the actual visualization of the track. So we're going to play this and I'm going to try to turn it down on my computer, but you'll be able to still see the visualizer. Okay. All right. So this is what we've got here. It's a really cool effect. It's covering up the 10 a little bit, but since it's so opaque and it's yellow, it doesn't look super bad. Okay. So that's one way to do it, which I like. The next thing you could do is you could actually take this and go to the items. I'm still in the edit page and I can bring the text box or the visualizer to the bottom. So I'm gonna bring the timer up to the front and I'm gonna bring the text box up. And now the visualizer is in the back. I'm gonna hit refresh and now it looks like that, which looks to me even better. And now we've got a visualizer effect. So when we're playing music at the beginning of service and we're ready to get started with the service, we can play our show, and my show has it to where this timer automatically starts when I start it. And this is what your in-house audience will see. You can play this for your online audience as well, but the music they'll hear will be playing with it. Now, if you're live streaming, it needs to be copyright free music. So you can, or that you need to have the rights to it, I should say, or license to play it. That's important, especially on YouTube. Facebook, they may still take it down. I'm not sure. Just because it's music playing, that it may recognize who it is and they may not give you a chance to actually verify it, where YouTube does let it play out and then they'll let you know, hey, this video was flagged, right? And so this is just a really cool effect. It's called the visualizer. It can be played or viewed on any slide. So let me stop the music. So we'll stop that. So when the music stops, it's completely gone. You can't even tell that it's there. Even though on this particular slide, we've got a visualizer effect embedded into it. On the edit page, we added a visualizer, but if you're not playing music, you will never know. You'll never see it. All right. So what did we do? We went to a slide in terms of a show. So we went to a show And then we went from that show and we actually went to the edit page. And from the edit page, we selected items. And then we went to the option that says visualizer. And that visualizer is in the background. We made it to where we zoomed out of our slides so we can actually see a lot of the page, and you'll see how big we made that visualizer. All right. Now, if we make the visualizer smaller, I'll let you see what that'll do. I'll make it just fit the page. Okay. And we'll play some more music. I'm going to go back to my audio, and you got to play music, right? So we're going to play some music. Let me refresh and see how it's just a little bit shorter. Everything is not overlapping like I like. I like it to be super tall. So that would be the way that I would go about it, is to make your actual text box, or your visualization box, you zoom out and then you make it tall. So I'm going to pull this up back to where it was, and then I'm going to refresh. And there you have a really cool effect. You can pick any color you want that visualizer to be. Blue and gold are my school colors from high school and college and everything else. So I like those colors, and it makes it complementary to this white and kind of sky blue countdown as well. And it counts down or visualizes and dances with the music that's playing. So if your music is pretty mellow, you won't see this much activity. But if it's upbeat, you'll see those bars going up and down. The other thing that we did is I actually made changes to this padding. This padding has to do with the bars themselves. So we make this go down to, let's say 1. We say 1 and we hit refresh. Here's what that looks like. So everything is really tied together. There's no padding in between. And so I like to have some padding in between personally. Let's do 5 and we'll refresh. And there's more padding there. All right. Not bad. Let's go to 10 and refresh that. And that's more of my pace. I really like the way that feels, but we can go even higher. So we can go to 20. Let's see what that looks like. And so it looks something like that. Okay. So it's really thin lines, which is actually pretty cool as well. All right. Now, the other thing that you didn't get to see here is, I'm gonna bring this back down. Let's say 15, see what that looks like. And we hit refresh or update. That doesn't look bad either. But the cool thing about this is if you don't select a color, check this out. I'm gonna turn off the color and I'm gonna hit refresh or update. It kind of has this really cool gradient to it that I like. So if I go back and I turn the item and I turn this all the way back up. So let's turn it all the way up and reset. You'll see this really cool gradient to where these bars on this side are a lot lighter. These bars on this side are a lot darker. And it just defaults to that, which is really cool if you don't pick a certain color. All right. And then we can turn the padding up to where we can make it be, I say up, let's turn it down to where it'll be a little bit thicker and you can see things a little bit better. Let's go even narrower. Let's go to 6. We'll do item and we'll do refresh and it'll look something like that. Okay. And so it's totally up to you the way that you want it to go. I know for me, I like the brightness of it, of the yellow. If I go back, let's do visualizer and let's go to white. Let's see what white looks like. I like the white, and then I would probably make it be transparent. Let's make it be like a 4. And it'll be something like that. So it'll be semi-transparent. Let's make it be like a 2. And now we're just kind of fine tuning it to be the way we want. I like the way that looks as well. All right. So that's with it white. And you can see the ways you can manipulate this particular tool or feature in FreeShow in a way that makes sense for you and your ministry, right? So I'm going to go back to making it be somewhere around, we'll keep the opacity up to about 5, and then we'll get the visualizer. I want it to be yellow. I like that yellow, and we'll update. And that just looks really cool to me. And this is what your audience will see. And I would probably make it be a little bit more. Let's do 9. And so this is what we've got. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope it helped you in a major way. Now, at this point, most people would ask you to like and subscribe. And I think that's great. But my goal is a little bit different. My goal is to empower as many people as possible all over the globe. And there's one way that you can really help me do that, and that is to leave a comment below with a question, a thought, how this video may have helped you, or things that were left out that you still have questions about, and to share this video with someone just like you, someone who is looking for answers, someone who's curious and wants to grow. With your help, I believe we can build a community of people that want to grow together. So until next time, God bless.